So, if you're learning English, I'm willing to bet you've spent, well, way too much time stressing about three tiny little words. They can feel like one of the biggest, most frustrating challenges in the entire language. But what if I told you the secret isn't about memorizing endless rules, but just understanding one simple pattern? No, really, think about it. How many times have you paused right in the middle of a sentence, just wondering, should I use the, or nothing at all? Trust me, you are so not alone in this. I mean, look at them. Just three little words, right? But somehow they feel like they carry the weight of 1,000 complicated grammar rules. It's a feeling that can just stop you dead in your tracks. Yeah, let's actually give this feeling a name. We'll call it the article stress problem. It's that sense of frustration that makes you feel like, you're just never going to get it right. So many learners feel this way. They think, there are just too many rules, or this is impossible to master. And the big one, every single mistake I make sounds terrible. But here's the honest truth. Most of the time, those little mistakes don't actually stop anyone from understanding you. The goal here isn't perfection, it's just clarity. And that right there is the big turning point. We're going to cut through all of that complexity with one simple secret, one core question that's going to change everything for you. Yep, you heard me. I want you to picture all those grammar book chapters, all those confusing charts you've tried to memorize. And for the next few minutes, just push them off to the side. Forget about them. Because from this moment on, you don't need hundreds of rules. All you need is to ask yourself one single, incredibly powerful question every time you speak. Ready for it? Here it is. This is the whole secret. Is the listener supposed to know which thing I mean? That's it. Your answer to this one question is the key that unlocks which article to use pretty much every single time. Okay, so that sounds great in theory, right? But how does this one question actually work in the real world? Well, it's pretty simple. It leads you to one of three very logical choices. Let's break them down. So, this all maps directly back to our big question. Let's take the first one. If the listener does not know which specific thing you mean, maybe it's brand new information or it's just one of many, you say, I need a report. Simple. Any old report will do. But what if they do know which one? Maybe you were just talking about it. Then you say, I need the report because it's a specific thing you both know about. See the difference? And finally, what if you're just talking about the whole idea of reports, in general, all reports everywhere? Then you don't use an article at all. You just say, reports are important. It really all comes down to what your listener is thinking. Okay, so I said before that most mistakes don't really matter. So which ones do? Let's focus on the few mistakes that can genuinely confuse people. Because honestly, these are the only ones you need to worry about. All right, here's mistake number one, and it's a big one. Imagine you walk up to your manager and say, I need the report. What happens? Their brain immediately starts scrambling, right? They're thinking, wait, which report? The one from this morning? The one for the big client? By using the when they have no idea what you mean, you're sending them on a wild goose chase in their own mind. But if you just say, I need a report, boom, it's perfectly clear. Now, this is basically the flip side of that same coin. When something is super specific, like here, the report I asked for, if you leave out the whole sentence just feels broken. The listener knows exactly which report you mean, so the is like this little pointer, this little signpost. Without it, the communication just feels clunky and incomplete. Okay, this one is crucial. A or an, what do they really mean? They mean one. That's it. So using it with stuff you can't count, like information or work or advice, it just doesn't make sense. It's like trying to count water, right? You can't have one information or one advice, and saying it that way is a really clear signal to your listener that something's a little bit off. All right, let's pull all these ideas together. It's really time to shift your entire mindset. I want you to move away from all that fear and perfectionism and focus on one simple goal: clarity. So, this is your new game plan. First, stop trying to memorize a million rules and start focusing on the meaning. What are you trying to tell your listener? And always come back to that one core question. Does the listener know which one? From there, you just need to prioritize the big mistakes, the ones that actually cause confusion. And you can give yourself permission to safely ignore all those tiny little mistakes that don't. Remember, the goal is clarity, not perfection. So, the next time you're in a conversation and you feel that little moment of panic, that article stress, I want you to hear my voice in your head and remember this. Articles are just a tool to help your listener understand you better. They are for clarity, not perfection. Make that your mantra, and I promise you, you'll find that those three little words are a whole lot less stressful than you ever thought they were.